Mental health check. I'm checking on everybody, see what's up. It's been since April since I posted anything, but it's something I want to talk about. I say, a lot of my videos, I just be talking about stuff, but I don't want to talk about and be like everybody else on the internet, always catering information to people that want to be rich and all this stuff. I feel like everybody want to be rich, but it's people like me, people like y'all, that's still working for a living, still, dealing with every day how to balance life, how to balance your finances, paying your bills, building your credit, acquiring certain things, I just feel like this internet sells success and it makes people ungrateful for what they have currently in their current life. So you don't even have the space to be able to enjoy what you currently have because you're so busy looking at what's on somebody else's plate and wishing that you had this and wishing that you had that. And it's just like, you got to be grateful for what you have right now. Right now, if you're working a job, you need to be focusing on how to steward your finances is working a job. But now let's talk about our jobs, right? Our jobs are monumental forms of income, in majority of Americans' life. Let's be clear. Everybody's not walking around on a yacht, taking trips everywhere like they try to advertise on Instagram. The average entrepreneur doesn't have a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? What they do is try to sell you success, so you can make them more money. You know what I mean? That's the reality of it. And you have to be grateful for where you are right now and work to wherever you're trying to get to in life, whatever goals that you have, always dream big. I'm not telling people not to, but just you got to work toward and be grateful for what you have now and work toward what you're trying to get to. And don't idolize somebody else's life because a lot of times the life is a lie. So, but I want to talk about, just us being working people every day and how we balance and manage things. It's been on my heart to make videos and talk about certain things, but a lot of times I'm like, I don't have the time to do this, but I gotta make time. I gotta make time because I feel like the stuff that I'm gonna talk about is gonna be helpful to people and helpful to myself. Because a lot of times when I say to y'all, when I'm talking to y'all, I'm talking to myself too. I'm not exempt from any conversations that I'm talking about or saying, right? So let's get to it, you know what I mean? I wanna talk about how do you deal with, a lot of people have jobs and they work, like I said. How do you deal with toxicity in your workplace? You know what I'm saying? How do you deal with getting up every day and going to a job you don't want to go to? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to go to this damn job. I don't feel like dealing with these damn people. I don't feel like dealing with this damn management. I don't feel like dealing with this damn system and how they do stuff, right? And then it's like, okay, solution. Go find another job, right? But I feel like everywhere you go, find work and you go work for somebody, is always going to be a flawed system somewhere, something that you're not going to like or you're not going to be comfortable with. So I feel like I've been dealing with a lot of that lately at this new job I've been at. It's a lot of toxicity there, and I'm just going to put it out there. That's just what it is, and I have things that I'm like, trying to do for myself because I make good money, but it's like at the expense of dealing with what? You know what I mean? Making good money and dealing with negativity. Negativity can drain you. You know what I'm saying? It can suck the life out of you. Like you don't feel like you have an outlet to decompress. When you're constantly dealing with negativity all day long, right? So boom. So I feel like my regimen, what I'm dealing with now currently at my job and any other jobs that I worked at in the past that was toxic. You know what I mean? I don't want to single anybody out, but you really literally have to ask yourself this question. What's my money? What's my number goal? What number am I trying to hit? Or what's my goal when it comes to finances? And how can I get there and faster? Or how can I get there efficiently, right? So that's what I tell myself. It's like, I want to pay off debt. I make good money, so I want to dedicate my money into paying off debt. You know what I mean? So I don't have any debt, so I'm able to save this substantial amount of money that I want to save in order for me to do what I have to do for myself. If I want to leave, I want to stay, So you have to have a plan ahead, you know what I'm saying, if you're dealing with a situation or just find another job. You know what I'm saying? Really, But just dealing with the toxicity in the workplace, it's a lot of, people don't feel like that. It's a lot of demonic frequency that's going on, but it is. It's a lot, and people dealing with a lot. They're taking their personal issues and they're bringing it into the workplace, and then they're taking that out on you. It's a demonic frequency. The way people communicate, the way people talk to you, the way people act, the way people treat you, that's not of God. It's not. It's not of the Lord. It's not of godliness. It's not of love. You know what I'm saying? When you go to work, you're supposed to feel comfortable there. You're supposed to be like, yo, I know I'm here to conduct a business situation. Let me go here and handle my business. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, a lot of times that we put ourselves in these positions, and it's like, because we're chasing after money. But I feel like we should learn how to live on minimal. We should learn how to live on, something small. So therefore, when you get more money, you're not accumulating more debt to make up for the amount of money that you're making to say that, oh, I made it, right? I feel like people feel like they have to buy more things when they make more money. And I'm gonna be honest with you, since I've started this job, I've made a lot of money. I have not bought myself anything, no clothes, no sneaks, no nothing. Because me personally, I'm like, I don't need it. I got a lot of clothes and sneaks already. I'm like, so what's important to me? What's important to me is paying off debt and saving money, having a cushion. You feel me? Having a cushion is going to be your fallback all the time. You living check to check ain't going to cut it. You know what I'm saying? Because at any day, when you're dealing with a situation, you may not be in a position mentally and emotionally to deal with something at work and snap on somebody and lose your job. But if you ain't got no cushion to be able to protect yourself from those circumstances, then you screwed, right? So I feel like there's a lot of demonic frequency when the gold come onto the workplace. You got a lot of spirits you're dealing with every day. You know what I'm saying? Different personalities, different energy, and I'm not saying go to work being antisocial, but you got to learn your coworkers are not your friends, bro. They are not your friends. Your coworkers are not your friends. They are business relationships and associates. You understand what I'm saying? They're not your friends. Don't go telling your business to people at work. Go tell them people what you got going on, what's going on in your personal life. At my job, don't nobody know shit about me except that I'm me and I work at my job, and I came from Virginia. That's it. In Philly. That's all they know about me. Don't nobody know nothing personal about me at work. You feel me? Because I'm not letting people in to have an opportunity to make me prey off of their gossip and their negative energy. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, a lot of people don't have the same mental capacity or mentality that you have when you conduct yourself in a professional manner. They're going to go out and tell your business to people. They're going to make up stuff. They're going to gossip. And you just avoid all that by not telling people your damn business. You know what I'm saying? You come to work, you high and by, you laugh, joke, whatever, but you keep it real on the surface level. Stop telling people your goddamn business when you go to work. You know what I'm saying? and understand your coworkers ain't your friends. Now, they can become your friends eventually, but, all in all, like, you want to keep it professional. Like, you could actually have chemistry and click with somebody out of work. Like, I, became good friends with this person from work. Yeah, you can. It's possible. I'm not saying that's not a possible thing. I'm saying always keep going there with your business hat on. Stop being emotional and personal when it comes to your job. Your job is what you got to go do to go make your money, to bring your money home. Your home is your personal space where you should be vulnerable and not your damn job. You feel me? And I feel like a lot of people don't understand that concept. They want to mesh the two things together. Like, no, baby. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's all politics at work anyway. Whether people like you, whether they don't. And, depending on what job you work at, they're going to treat you, if they don't like you, they're not going to give you the same energy that they giving another person. Listen, I've seen it multiple jobs that I worked at. So, it's best to really just stay low, keep a low profile, smile, be positive, That's it. You go around saying a bunch of stuff about people at work or talking negative about the job or, or whatnot. You just don't waste your time doing it, because it's eventually going to get around that you feel this type of way about something. Keep your shit to yourself. If you got a person that you real cool with and you telling that one person that one thing, and if that shit get from that person to everybody else, you can't trust that person. Plain and simple. You know what I'm saying? So that's when, we deal with toxicity in the workplace. Management, they get in positions where, they feel like they have authority over you, like they can talk to you like you a child, they can talk to you disrespectful, or they can just, try to maneuver pieces on the chessboard based off of favoritism or who they like or who they don't like. And then this is what happens when you promote the wrong hierarchy in a position of management. This is what happens when you promote people prematurely that don't deserve to be promoted because they have a good relationship with somebody, so they feel like they should be a manager. No, you should not be a manager. You should not. You should stay in a subordinate. That's because you need to learn what leadership looks like. You know what I'm saying? You need to learn how to lead people correctly. When a real leader doesn't lead with emotion, a real leader leads with logic. You understand what I'm saying? What's best for the overall scheme of things? What's the overall plan? What's the goal? That's how leaders operate. They don't operate out of emotion, and only emotion they're going to show you is passion for whatever the goal of the company is or whatever goal of the situation may be, not personally attacking you, personally, you know what I'm saying? That's a person that's immature for a management or hierarchy position. They don't have the capability or the emotional intelligence to be able to maneuver in and out of those communicational states. They just don't. They don't have it in them. So I think that's a problem with a lot of people in the workforce. People feel like they deserve something because they've been there for a long time, but you may not have graduated to a certain point in your performance to be able to deserve a management position. People think they can just walk in and get a management position. No, like you don't even know the company. How do you know how to run something that you have not been at? You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of those things come into play when it comes to the position of management, toxicity. You have all of these egos, a lot of ego that's going on. I'm the boss, I'm this, I'm that, I. And there's no I in team. When you're working together in a workplace, it's a collective. It shouldn't be an individual objective per manager, per supervisor. No, it should be a collective of everything, of all. You know what I'm saying? So, us people, we come to work, we just want peace. People like me, when I come to work, nigga, I just want peace. I don't want to deal with nothing else. I just want peace and quiet. Hi, bye, good morning. Hi, how are you? Wonderful. My ideal of a good work environment for me would be somebody like a environment that everybody supports everybody. They stick together. They're happy. My last job that I just came from in Virginia, the environment was amazing. You know what I mean? They ain't pay shit, but the environment was amazing. If I could take that environment and place it where I'm at now, it would be a perfect combination. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Literally, like it was everybody, the manager. I had one of the best bosses ever. You know what I'm saying? He was amazing, general manager of Light Rail, amazing in Virginia. Like one of the best bosses I had, bro. So, you know what I mean? It's just, one of those things where I'm like, damn, like it make you take things for granted. Like, damn, should I have just been chasing money? And should I just stay in, you know what I'm saying? It's just stuff to think about, you know what I'm saying? I feel like sometimes when we chase money, we chase things that we don't know what environments that we walking into. We don't know where we're going with it. You don't know. It's an unfamiliar place, an unfamiliar space. You're going to go chase money constantly. And I'm just like, I just praying to God and be like, God, let me be able to live off of what I have now to entrust me with more, but allow me to be able to steward what I have now, because if not, I'm always going to be chasing and searching after money. And I don't want to do that, bro. Like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to get caught up in it. I want to live a simple life, really low-key, simple, chill, laid back. I want to travel. I want to see the country. I want to see the world. I want to have experiences to tell my children if I have kids, stuff like that. Like, I just want to really be stress-free. A lot of times when we work in these stressful environments, we bring the stress home, and then now we can't micromanage or balance our personal life. And I honestly feel like it's toxic and it's terrible to even, to deal with. And even being an entrepreneur, you could say the same thing, because you got the bulk of all the responsibility on you. You know what I mean? Yes, of course, I want to be an entrepreneur and do all of that stuff, but I don't want to walk out prematurely and do that and don't be prepared for what's happening. You understand what I'm saying? I feel like everybody wants these things and they want immediate gratification on success. And there's no skipping steps to success. There are no skipping steps to success, bro. Like, you literally have to work your way up. Build, work, build, work, build. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it has to go. That's the way it works. You know what I'm saying? People want all this immediate gratification. They want microwave. They got a microwave mentality. They want things right now, today. And it's just not reality. You know what I'm saying? So me, a person, I have a great job. Like, I make great money. You know what I mean? I operate trains for a living. That's what I do. It's something I actually like doing. You know what I mean? No cap. I love operating trains. You know, I don't want to drive anything. Don't put me behind no truck or no bus. I'm good. I don't want that. But I'll get in the train all day and operate it. It's my thing. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I do want to graduate in my career and become in higher upper management, but I want to be able to make sure that I'm ready for that responsibility and that role. And I want to be able to have certain tools to be able to know and to self-reflect and be like, yo, am I a toxic person? Because if I'm a toxic person, I don't want to be in charge of someone and I'm taking my energy out on them when I'm going through something and I don't know how to balance my emotional intelligence. You understand what I'm saying? You know, I think a lot of times we need to ask ourselves that when we feel like we deserve something, like, am I emotionally capable of handling whatever is being thrown at me? Can I multitask? Am I capable of doing that without showing emotions, without being easily stirred in anger? You know what I mean? Am I able to communicate in stressful situations without having to release my emotions negatively upon my subordinates? Those are the questions, you know, that I ask myself, because I'm like, yo, if I'm gonna be a manager, I need to make sure emotionally that I'm in the right space in my life where I'm able to deal with any stresses that may come at work, because my life is good. You know what I'm saying? Not saying my life isn't, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it has to be a balance. And I feel like we need to bring people in. Y'all need to take psychology tests. Y'all need to take emotional intelligence tests. You know what I'm saying? That's what they need to be doing to analyze these people that they putting in management. You need de-escalation. You need to learn how to de-escalate a situation. If you're stressed, you need to know how to talk to your subordinate and to walk them through a situation that they may be unfamiliar with and not be frustrated at them because they don't understand and there's a break in communication. You know, so many things, you know what I mean? So I feel like just me being a working individual, because I'm not an entrepreneur. I'm not going to sit up here and be like, oh, I'm an entrepreneur. No, I'm not. I'm not an entrepreneur. I work for a living. I earn my paycheck through an income where I work for an employer. I do. And I'm not ashamed of that, because I love my job. I love working. I love operating trains. Now, eventually I would love to cut hair and I would love to shoot videos full time. That's what I'm working toward. But I have to walk steps through that to get to that point. Number one, I got to go to barber school to obtain a barber's license, to be able to have the experience and the hours and the time to learn the craft, to be able to then practice it, you know what I'm saying, as a worker, you know what I'm saying, as working at a shop, not trying to jump into entrepreneurship. You know, I've been shooting videos since 2020, you know what I mean, so I want to enhance my craft on that. I want to learn more. If I could take some video classes to learn how to enhance my skill with programs to work with, you know, I get tips from different videographers and things like that, but I'm humble, like, to the point where I don't feel like, you know, I'm like crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'm like, no, like, I'm willing to be in a position to be taught about life on an everyday basis. And I feel like once you make yourself a student and you sit in the seat as a student, you're always going to be learning and graduating. You understand what I'm saying? I'm trying to constantly graduate in life. I'm not trying to constantly, you know, put myself in a position where I got to keep learning the same lessons all over again. Now I want to constantly graduate. So, like, no, I'm not an entrepreneur as of yet, but I will be, God willing. If that's what God's purpose is for me, then great. But right now, I work a job and I make good money. I ain't ashamed to say it. I make more than some entrepreneurs. Let's be real. You know what I mean? It is what it is. And my bills is paid and I'm good. And my credit's, you know, great. You know, it's better. It's getting better. You know what I'm saying? My credit was phenomenal, but, you know, that's a long story. But, you know what I mean? My credit's good. You know what I'm saying? It's getting up there. So, I'm just like working. I'm working just like anybody else. I'm learning just like anybody else. So when it comes to working a job, don't be ashamed that you work a job. If you work a job, put your hearts in the comments. Put your likes in the comments if you work a job and you proud of your work and you feel like, yo, I make good money. You know what I'm saying? I can hold it down. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? I'm making stuff for people like me, people like you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to sell success for nobody. I'm just trying to be logical when it comes to my approach when I'm talking to my people, because, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, you know what I mean? We got to be realistic. The internet makes people and things unrealistic. And I ain't gonna sit up here and have a bunch of punchlines for you and bars, because I noticed that shit too, where everything in the video gotta be a punchline, it gotta be a phrase, ooh, it gotta be catchy. Nah, nigga, I don't got time for that, bro. I'm just gonna speak from my heart, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just speak and keep it a buck with you. Keep it a buck, you feel me? So I ain't got no fancy ass punchlines for you. Sorry, nigga. You want some fancy ass punchlines? Go listen to my nigga RJ Payne. He hot as shit. Shout out to my boy RJ Payne. But nah, I ain't got no fancy punchlines for you. I'm just talking the real shit. You know what I'm saying? To let y'all know and understand. Like, listen, there's people in this world that's still working for a living, that's still doing stuff. You know, I was doing music at one time. Eventually, I'll get back to it. But I'm not really passionate about music, and I haven't been in it a very long time because everything sounds robotic and whatever. So I'm just like, I don't feel like I want to even go that route, but I'll let God make that decision anyway. But shout out to everybody that's grind on their grind, working for a living. You know what I'm saying? You know, we out here holding it down. We out here paying our taxes. You know what I'm saying? Taking hella taxes out of my check, cuz, for real. But, you know what I'm saying? God's grace, I'm chilling, bro. Like, I ain't got no complaints about nothing. And I just want y'all to be real and realistic and honest with yourself. Have your goals in mind when you come into work. If you're dealing with a toxic workplace, have your goal in mind. Be like, look, this is my plan. This is what I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying? Have your number. Save your number. You know what I'm saying? Have your number. You know what I'm saying? Get to your number. Pay your debt off so you don't have no debt. You know what I'm saying? Live at a minimal expense. You know what I'm saying? So you able to take yourself on trips and do the things that you like to do for yourself in life, because life too short not to have experiences. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we don't want to work a job our whole life. And if you want to work a job your whole life, make it work for you. Make it work for your benefit. You know what I'm saying? Listen, that's all I got for y'all. It's your girl, Show Boog. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad I'm back here talking to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because I would, you know, that's just me. I'm going to just keep it a buck with you, and I'm going to be honest, and that's just what it's going to be, baby. So, busting it up with Boog. We done out of here. Peace.